Arizona's new anti-immigration law sparking outrage across the country. In a little more than 90 days, it is going to be a crime for an immigrant to be in Arizona without proof of being in this country legally. Police will be required to pull people over if they even suspect somebody of being in the U.S. illegally. And they say they're prepared to act.
And if we come across any people here illegally, they will be dealt with.
From protests to prayer services, the strict new rules have brought hundreds of demonstrators together, including right here in the Bay Area today. Phil Matier on the fallout and calls for a massive boycott.
Immigration, not as a police enforcement issue, but as a human rights issue, as a social issue, as an issue about our economies, not just here in the United States, but about our economies around the world.
When it comes to immigration rights, San Francisco has long prided itself as a national leader. So, naturally, it came out swinging against Arizona's new crackdown on illegal immigrants.
When we have a legislature like Arizona and a governor like Jan Brewer who signs hostile legislation, it's legislation that sees immigration reform solely about police enforcement, that we know we have to make sure that the federal government acts.
But San Francisco City Attorney Dennis Herrera took things a step further, calling on San Francisco to boycott buying goods and services from companies based in Arizona.
This is no different from what we've done in other situations. Number one, when we said that city contractors had to abide by the McBride principles, which means that there could be no discrimination against Catholics in Northern Ireland. What we did to protect the LGBT community with the Equal Benefits Ordinance, or when San Francisco took the lead in pushing for a divestiture against apartheid in South Africa.
Republican Leo Lacayo, who counsels immigrants on becoming citizens, says the anger towards Arizona is misplaced.
The reason this law has passed in Arizona is because the people of Arizona are fed up with the situation, and the state government has given us a response because the federal government has been negligent.
It's a debate San Francisco is very familiar with. Not only is it a sanctuary city, it's taken it a step further in the past, even getting into trouble with the feds over the city's refusal to hand over juvenile drug offenders to immigration officials. But this time, when asked about a city boycott of Arizona, Mayor Newsom, who opposes the Arizona law, said not so fast on a boycott.
Let's talk about it in detail and talk about its consequence, talk about its impact.
And that impact is of a real concern to the mayor as he continues to grapple with a city budget that is already hamstrung by past initiatives that said where you can buy and where you can't and whether you can get the best deal. Bottom line here is what we have is the start of what they hope to be a movement. It's not like San Francisco does that much business with Arizona, but they would like other cities and states to get on board, much the way they did when Arizona said no to a holiday for Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.
The Arizona thing's got U.S. Supreme Court written all over it, don't you think, Phil?
It does, but it also has San Francisco written all over the Bay Area, because if there's one place you're going to hear it cry, it's going to be here.
Right here. All right. Phil Matier, thanks.